But before, all this kind of happened, Eminem tried to be more immersive. He put out an album in 1996, and this is, I believe, the demo that Dr. Dre eventually heard, the demo tape, of Infinite. And basically, this is where Eminem, which is from Detroit, he tries to sound all New York, like mid-90s New York, gritty drums, dark bass lines, rapping about rapping, shit like that. And it's produced by him and Mr. Porter. Yeah, and M just, it's a cool record. I mean, I actually kind of like it because that's the type of rap I kind of like, is that 90s boom bap stuff, if you can't tell. But yeah, it's got that stripped down 90s sound, and basically Eminem's really just trying to fit in. Like he's not making himself different in any way. He's just trying to sound like everything else, which is a common technique. A lot of people trying to break into the music industry, or people already out there. If something comes out, it's hot, it blows up, and then people make records that all sound like it, because they want to sell records. But the thing in this, and this is what Kajikawa points out, is like on this record, Infinite, he's not mad. And in fact, he's not white enough. He doesn't bring any attention to it. He doesn't sound like an angry white dude, which he sounds like on most of his albums and everything he's ever done ever since. He's not yelling on this. He's just rapping, which is kind of actually why I like it. It's pretty rare though. Like, this album didn't do much outside of Detroit. They initially pressed 500 copies, and then I believe they repressed it, maybe 1,000, or, it's a pretty hard to find record. I don't even have a copy anymore. I had a copy, someone stole it. Fuckers. Anyways, but that's what happens when you have cool things. You can't always have cool things. So we're gonna watch the music video for My Name Is. This was Eminem's huge breakthrough record in 1999. It's kind of crazy because I'd seen Eminem perform before this. I had actually interviewed him for a magazine, like maybe my freshman year of college, which was 1998. Before this, right? And I remember when I saw this on MTV, I could not believe it. And I was like, wow. And I was like, no one's gonna be into this. And this fucking song went through the roof, It's on this joint right here, the Slim Shady LP. I don't know, man. I own this just because, like, you kind of had to have it, but I mean, it's Eminem, so it's, it's laden with, like, drug rap, misogyny stuff, mad homophobic lyrics, shit like that, that I'm not really super into, but, anyways, My Name Is, the music video is just crazy. Dre directed it, but the primary film director was Philip Atwell. He did Stan, Just Lose It, Real Slim Shady, Lose Yourself. So he did a bunch of Eminem music videos. But this is basically Eminem introducing him to the world and making fun of himself, being totally self-deprecating. And this is his major, music video, MTV release to the world, okay? He samples, Dre samples Labi Siffre's I've Got The, and I want to play the sample for you. So I'm gonna cut to the record because I want you to hear this. And this goes to what I've said about Dr. Dre. Is Dr. Dre is not like technically unprecedented, meaning he ain't no Pete Rock or Large Professor or Paul C with the technical bits. Dre knows how to find a dope loop and hook it up and make it and put that Dr. Dre salt and pepper on it and make it bimp. So I want you to hear this sample because it's a fucking loop. It's like he just took the loop and then he put a little Dre spice on it and banged it out. So I want us to listen to that. that, real quick. so we're going to watch the music video. And this is where you see Eminem come out with his technique that he used quite often, of inversion, of parody, of making fun, calling out whiteness, of dealing with race in that way. He didn't really deal with race, but he made fun of his own race. So he never dealt with race or racism in any meaningful way. He just, made fun of himself, essentially. But he uses his racial identity and he inverts it. He makes it weird. He makes it awkward. And what he does is he focuses on all these ironic images of whiteness, which I want you to pay attention to. And he does this, uses these ironic images to separate himself from whites and whiteness. So it basically allows him to avoid these different modes of misrepresentation, like Vanilla Ice or Iggy or Miley Cyrus or whoever, a fucking long laundry list of white people who have done this dirty. But pay attention to the images here of whiteness, how Eminem parodies this, and then we'll get back and we'll talk about it for a few seconds.